What's up, guys? Welcome to Straight from the Chest. My name is Justin Groth, and guys, I want to thank you. Thank you for giving me your time, giving me your listening ear. It truly does mean a lot to me. Listen, man, there's a saying that I like to express oftentimes when it comes to people asking me about my business. And I say it because it's true, A, and then B, it kind of gets a laugh, but really in the forefront of it, it's truth. And I always say this: I'm not professional, I'm personal. And I say that because, look, I'm in the personal training business, but at the same time, I'm not a professional when I'm in a personal state. And I don't think you should be. And the reason why I say that is, look, if I was to be on the other end of the spectrum, being trained, the last person that I want to be trained by is someone who's rigid and a professional, has a book out that they're checking boxes next to. Like, no, I don't want to spend my time with that, because let's make no mistake about it. You're spending your time to which you're never going to get back. I don't want to spend time with somebody which I already feel insecure by, intimidated possibly, this trainer, and I don't want to spend time with somebody who I feel like I'm closed up with. And if you want your best to be facilitated, you're going to want to make that person feel productive. How do you do that? I'll tell you one thing. Here's a hint. You can't be professional. Now, let me give you some context before you start barking at me for saying you have to be. Listen, I'm not saying abdicate all of your responsibilities as a human being, with regards to your manners and your appropriateness. Look, you don't drop those. Those are still transparently there. I'm saying make it more personal than you do professional. And if you're like me, you hate professionalism. You just like personal. And the reason why is because, look, I'm in the personal training biz. That's my business. Personal training, not professional training. So listen, if I'm going to be a personal trainer and I'm going to be my best, I'm going to have to facilitate on the axioms, or philosophies rather, that are native to me. That is being transparent, being genuine, being raw, being real, and being personable. And there's a quality to that that's likable too, and relatable. And if you have those constructs in place, you're going to be penetrable, and you're going to be resonating. And that's going to be relating to the people, and that's something that they can pick up on, they can familiarize with. And that in and of itself lends a productivity to that person. And the more productivity they derive from the session, the more results they're going to get. The more happier they are, right? Listen, this whole game, and I say game, I mean your life, your business, your vocation, what you choose to spend your life doing. There's far more times in life and far more choices you will make in life that are centered around, or should be centered around, you being a human first and business second. Not every time, but most times. Because there are obviously exceptions to the rule. But in most times, the more human you are, the more authentic and genuine you are, and more of that you produce, the more you're going to be transferable to people in your path. That doesn't matter if it's a relationship, a friendship, a business partner, anything. If you display more of that genuine, authentic nature that you have native, implicit in you, you are going to be more transferable. You will be more impacting. You will cause more productivity to take place, not only on their end, but on your end. And you just are going to work better in that light. So that's why I say I'm not a professional. I'm personal. And that's really the ethos behind my entire business. And that's what I expect a personal trainer to be. That's what I expect going into most situations. I expect humanity over business savviness. I expect humanity first. Okay? Not every time you can allow humanity to run its course with regards to, like, if it's a contract or terms and agreements that people sign to or whatever. There's certain things that have to be set in place and they can't change. Okay? And a part of that, if you wanted to go down the personal training route, that's accountability. Like, I have to charge people a certain amount of money to keep their slots and to showcase accountability on their end, because that's sometimes the only way that people are gonna come to the calling, is if you dangle money over their head and say, look, you're gonna lose this if you don't come or if you don't show up. But other than that, like, there are times where you make decisions in life, they make decisions in your business where it calls you to predicate humanity over business and or over professionalism. Now, again, like I said, I want to reiterate here because I don't want you to lose sight of this. It doesn't mean that you abdicate your mannerisms or absolve yourself of mannerisms and appropriateness. No, those are all fundamental human adult responsibilities that we should all of us should innately follow, like, just bar none, right? That we can really we can agree on that. But when it comes to transferring language and transferring the ability to make someone productive and make them want to do something and make them feel a part of something, whether it's in business, whether it's in your relationships, whatever, the best way to combat that approach is by being a genuine and raw and real human. And you really want to function off of the pretenses that are implicit in you. Meaning, if you feel a certain way on how business should be done in your business, or in the way you conduct yourself, that it should be done a certain way, you feel really strongly about that. But, it's not the way your mom did business, not the way your dad does business, it's not the way your mentor does business, but you feel some way regarding, this urgency to express what you feel viscerally in regards to your business or whatever. You should follow that. You may be setting new pathways. You may be instantiating a process that is going to be new and actually significant or nuanced to you. If you don't listen to those to that conscientious voice telling you, because really it's well, not, I shouldn't say conscientious. If you don't listen to that conscience that's telling you, look, man, go in this pathway, do these things this way, operate this way, you might be missing out on massive opportunities. You might be missing out on paving a new ground in how people communicate or in how people become productive. That's why I don't care for professional people all that much in certain vocations, and personal training is one of them, because I don't think that that's relatable, and I don't think that people want to spend their time with dull and rigid people. I don't think that people are going to be productive around that, and that's just me. But I feel strongly about that, and that's why I say what I say. I'm not a professional. I'm personal. That's what gets people moving, I found. And if you want to help people, which this is not just translating with personal training, but this is transferable into most businesses in life. If you're in business, you're probably providing a service or a good to somebody. Well, that's the case. Your whole goal should be to make that person better. The only way you make that person better is by coming to their level. Not being at a few levels over them because you have this business and you have this name and you have this blah, 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 this grandiosity attached to you. You come down to their level because you want to make them better. That's why you started this business in the process. I'm sorry. That's why you started this business in the beginning, was to venture down and get people to be better and prove to people, look, This is who you could be. This is why I want to be a part of what you're doing. This is why I want you to have this service, this good, this product, whatever. But if you lose sight of that and you set your sights on just monetary recruitment over here, which is not bad, but if that's your sole, that's the sole prospect, you're going to miss out on a ton of not only, man, there's so many, you're going to miss out on a ton of gratitude from people and a ton of shifts and changes in people's lives that you could have been a part of because your concern or your worry was solely canonical to money. And you lost sight of who you were, why you came in this business in the first place, why the impetus even originated in the first place to do what you're doing right now. Instead, man, let's tighten the reins and you bring it back to you being a human first. And you not forgetting why you started this business. You're not forgetting why you're going down this pathway. You're not forgetting what caused you to have the urge to produce this said product, this said service, whatever. Fill in the blank. It's your duty to uphold those standards. It's your duty. And it's your duty to make people better in the process. And the way you do that is you come down to their level or you meet them at their level. You meet them at their level and you become a human first over a businessman. Remember, the pursuit isn't you being a professional. If you want to be empowering to people, the pursuit should be you becoming personal. Done.